Hi, I'm Will Clark of the San Francisco Giants, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Thank you.
Well, I was just going to ask, what was the previous longest speech in your life, and how nervous were you actually?
That was probably it. That was the longest speech probably in my life. I don't know. Before that, probably something I had to do in like school or something like that early on.
Brandon, you had a couple of months now to kind of prepare for this afternoon. Did it kind of meet your expectations, exceed expectations?
Been fortunate enough to watch a decent amount of those ceremonies for Buster or Will or Barry. So I had a pretty good idea of what to expect. I actually watched Buster's the other day just to make sure my speech was kind of along the similar lines, on the right track. And I actually learned a little bit from watching him. His cadence was very good, so it helped me out a little bit for today's speech. But no, it was awesome. It's far from my favorite thing to be center of attention and all eyes on me, but definitely appreciate it, and it was a definitely special day.
Have you dropped that Zac Efron line on you before?
I don't think so. I'm a lot older, I feel like, than Zac Efron, so I'm trying to figure out if Zac Efron was even around during that time to be able to try to emulate him. But it was funny. Still laughed about it.
I think Buster, maybe Larry, mentioned your relationship with the fans throughout your career, and obviously having been one. What was today like, just kind of from that standpoint, the fans and their reactions to you and talking to fans as you came in and came back off?
I think just mutual appreciation for the most part. Obviously, things I'm hearing from the stands and stuff is thank you and stuff like that. And I obviously appreciate them being there for me my entire career also. And yeah, it probably is a little different relationship than most, being, having been one for so many years before getting drafted. So,
Brandon, at the beginning of your speech, you mentioned the postseason games, the All-Star games, the World Series. You played in a lot of big games.
Yeah.
Where does today rank?
Like I said, I was way more nervous going into it. Not even close. More nervous than Game 7 in Kansas City. Just because giving a speech is way out of my comfort zone. Or playing baseball, obviously, played a lot of games, so get used to the. And I guess just having come up, playing big games early in my career, you kind of get used to those big moments. But yeah, giving a speech is far from my favorite thing to do. So,
Brandon, it seems like this is your full circle moment from the time you were featured in I think it was the Chronicle back in 1992, the last game of the regular season, where you're looking all sad and that the Giants might move. So now, in your first at bat, a Grand Slam, and now 2 World Series titles later in a great career. Have you had a chance to reflect on this whole whirlwind of a career that you've had so far?
Yeah. Having really after the 2023 season, I was able to kind of sit back and reflect on my whole career with the Giants. And like I've said many times before, is more than a dream come true. I had always dreamed about playing for the Giants, like I said, and but never dreamed about winning 2 World Series, maybe 1, but not 2 World Series, or winning any of the personal accolades that I got.
How much do you still keep tabs on the Giants, and what have been your impressions of this team that Buster has built?
It's been fun to watch them this year. I've definitely been watching. Still have a lot of friends on the team, so definitely watching them, and it's been fun to watch. There seems to be a new energy, I feel like, with Buster leading the way, and I think you feel that in the clubhouse. So it's been fun to watch, and I'd love to see him keep it rolling.
speaking of reflecting on your career, if you can go back and tell the 10-year-old version of yourself that, you would play for the Giants, win championships, more games at shortstop than any other Giant, how do you think that younger version of yourself would react to that news?
It'd be a heck of a dream. I mean, and that's what it was as a kid. I mean, just maybe not the 2 World Series, like I said. But that was always my goal. That's what kept me going, and continuing to work hard was to play big league baseball for the Giants. Got lucky on the Giants' part, but yeah, I mean, that was the dream.
What's it been like watching Verlander, a first ballot Hall of Famer, in your number? What were those conversations like?
He was very respectful and with how he went about it. And I feel like if there's a guy to come in and wear 35, he's a great guy to do it. I mean, he's been wearing it his entire Hall of Fame career also. So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, to me, it's a number. Obviously, I did grow attached to it, wearing it my whole career, and the story behind Murph giving it to me and stuff like that. But end of the day, it's a number. And he, like I said, he was very. You could tell he was kind of torn on what to do about it, and I appreciated that from him.
Do you remember anything about your first game here as a fan, your opponent, who you were with, or is it all kind of blend into the fog of youth?
Sorry, my first
game
memory.
here as a fan.
I'm not sure, honestly. Could have been opening day. I'm honestly not positive. My dad would probably have a better idea. It's good memory and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like I went to so many as a kid. It's hard to remember exactly. The first one here.
Brandon, you look up and Buster's president of baseball operations, Hunter's broadcasting games. Obviously, you've got a ton of kids to take care of. But do you see a role in baseball that you'd be interested in the future?
In the future, potentially. I had always said my first year out of baseball I was going to be at home, be a dad, get to all the stuff that I missed during baseball seasons previously, and it's been busy, maybe busier than a baseball season, to be honest. But it's been a lot of fun, still in my house every night, so that part's nice. But potentially down the road, we'll see what happens.
In the speech, did you ever feel like you were going to crack, or you seemed really cool throughout? But
I didn't feel it inside, I promise. I didn't feel it inside, I promise. I tried to just tell myself to slow down. That echo's no joke. You guys probably, I don't know if you notice it, but you speak into the microphone and then you hear yourself afterwards. So it's no joke to speak into that thing. So I just had to slow myself down and just keep reading. I don't know how Hunter does it, because he just keeps going so fast. And he didn't even have anything written down, but he's good. But yeah, there were plenty of times I thought I was going to mess up. Pretty much the last few weeks making the speech, I thought I was going to mess it up. But
well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, I'm Giants pitcher Dave Dravecki. Please follow and subscribe to Bay Area Sports Wrap, and go Giants!